Hello and welcome to another Do You Remembaer? This is an ongoing video series where every week I take a look at something on the internet that I want to talk about. It's often an article on Wikipedia, and I do my best to remember everything from that article, and then I try to talk to you about it in an entertaining and maybe even educational manner. And we're talking about John Moschitta Jr., the Micro Machine Man. Or the fast talking man, the world's fastest talker, Motor Mouth John Moschitta. It's got many names. The FedEx guy, if you're old like me. Although I don't remember his ads when they aired because I was a child. But I do know that in the early 80s he was most known for being the FedEx guy, ad executive for FedEx that talked very fast. He's the fast talking man. This idea of research was suggested by Harold Price. Thank you, Harold. In the comments below, you could suggest something for me to do hasty research on in the future, and I would love for you to do so. You can link a direct link to something or just put in the name of it, like, hey, you should look up this. I appreciate it because I have been doing this since January of this year, and I have some ideas of things that I want to research, but I could always use more ideas. So John Moschitta Jr. Okay, so some stuff is not listed in Wikipedia that I know. I do know the reason why he became a fast talker was to get into the Guinness Book of World Records. That was his dream, and he was in there. He has been 2 times. There are people that have broken his record of over 500 words per minute. I believe it's almost 600 words per minute he can do. People have broken that record, and then he has called bullshit on that and said, no. And I think if I was the world record holder for something, I would also call bullshit if people will suddenly beat me and be like, I don't know. Anyway, he was on Pyramid as a contestant in 1970, which led to him working as production assistant a few years later. And then, not listed in the Wikipedia article, but he's talked about this numerous times, that he was in LA at a party. His friend from New York was talking to somebody, and that person remarked, hey, you must be the fastest talker in the world. You know, New Yorker, I get it. And he goes, no, actually, that's John. And then John does some bit that he did at parties, because that's kind of what this thing was, a parlor trick. And an executive's like, you know, I got to work on a show where we have people do interesting things. I want to put you on it. And that show was That's Incredible. And so he did it in 19 something or other. I don't remember when, but he appeared on there, and it was a big hit. And that led to him doing a bunch of stuff. Oh, it was 1980 something or other. It was right before he got the FedEx commercial, because a bunch of people saw it, and then it was like, oh, hey, we would like you to speak fast on this thing. He's done over 900 commercials, 100 of which were Micro Machine ads. I don't know why he did 100 Micro Machine ads. I have to assume that he did that because they just kept making more Micro Machines. So anyway, yeah, he did a bunch of commercials, and we got a fast talking character in Transformers. Let's get John in for that. So he did the character of Blur in the movie and the TV show, animated show, and then later in the Transformers animated series, much later. He does a lot of conventions. I know this outside of the Wikipedia article. Does a ton of conventions, because why wouldn't you want the Micro Machine Man, the world's fastest talking man, especially since he was a Transformer, have him Transformers conventions. Go for it. So yeah, he does convention circuit, still does some acting. He was on Adventure Time, and he was briefly, or he had a recurring bit one-off bit, like a sequel bit, where he reprised his role as the FedEx guy on Family Guy not too long ago. And then also, hey, you might remember him from reruns of Saved by the Bell, because he was the fast-talking teacher. Now, was he on as much as Mr. Turtle? Of course he wasn't. But he was on pretty regularly as the teacher, as the motor mouth teacher. One thing about him that I do remember is that he has put out 2 spoken word albums. One of those spoken word albums, his first, was him doing 60-second summaries of classical books, like the classics. And so, obviously sped up, fast talking, 60 seconds of him talking about various things. And then he did a sequel to that, which was him doing 60-second lectures on a variety of topics. And I believe those were, on tape. They were, and then eventually released on CD and remastered later. And there are books that accompany them, where you actually can follow along, I guess. Other things about him, I think that's probably it. Like I said, he still does occasional appearances today, but does a lot of convention work. And disputes that people can talk faster than him. Not in that Wikipedia article, but I do remember something about him that he can talk 11 words a second, which he doesn't do in like TV appearances or whatever. He actually has to slow it down so you can follow along at all about what he's talking about, which I always thought was fun. Let's see. Is there anything else? Anything else? I'm just staring off into the distance. Now I'm just looking at his photo, trying to see if I can remember any other facts about him. But anyway, if you've read this Wikipedia article, or if you want to follow the link in the show description below, you can leave me a comment and let me know what I got right and what I got wrong. Did I miss anything important? Are you like, Pat, I can't believe you don't remember the name of the person that beat his world record? I don't remember that. But you could let me know that. Or if you have fun facts about John Moschitta Jr., you could let me know in the comments below. Also, suggest other things. This was suggested by Harold. Thank you, Harold, for 2 suggestions, which I have used. If you have an idea of something, you leave a direct link, or you could, if you wanted to, just like give me the name. Be like, hey, you should look up this person. And I might do that. I probably will do that, unless I've done it before. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned a lot about this person. Was I trying to talk faster than I normally talk? Yes. Maybe you noticed that I was trying to speed up how fast I can talk, but I can also talk pretty fast. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.